welcome back to the Captain Joker Show. I'm Captain Joker, and joining me as always this evening is my chat moderator and producer, DJ Martinez.
Hey,
Hello,
what's up?
DJ Martinez.
How's it going, Mr. J?
Yes, indeed. So, how are things? It's Halloween week. We're doing our special Halloween Captain Logan show.
What's so special about it? Do tell.
I don't know. I mean, like, I thought about dressing up different.
Oh, okay.
But I just
Well,
put
you
on
should
whatever,
have done that. It would have been good.
I just put on whatever I had in the closet.
Okay. You just fell into a vat of acid on the way over.
Yes. That's what I used to shower.
Oh.
Yep.
That's why everyone thinks you're so young compared to your age.
Welcome, everybody, to the Captain Joker Show. Tonight, we're going to talk about whatever you guys want us to talk about, because, as always, my name is in the title, but it is effectively your show. You guys will direct the show for us, and we'll talk about whatever you want to. We can do any Halloween-y stuff you want to bring up, but it's not just a straight-up Halloween show as far as the content. This is probably enough, but we can talk about whatever you guys want to chat about. I already see a super chat. A lot of people in the comments. DJ already has questions for us. If you've never been to the show before, it's very simple. You ask things, and I make up something and completely BS everything, and we hope that it all works out in the end, and DJ helps me fill in and allows me to be lazy, especially this evening, because I can't move my fingers real well with these gloves. Although he's also got gloves on.
I'm with you.
And that's even
Yeah.
worse, and at least I got fingertips.
Yeah, I'm struggling with my keyboard today. When I wrote my message to ask for questions, I was having to do one finger at a time, and I think I made some typos.
You know, Rainbow Color Warrior, I would have played the Murray Life theme if I thought of it. That's a really cool idea. I love that. This will be a cryptic spoiler for Joker, so if you've not seen that movie, this is cryptic, so just don't think about it too much. But I thought about I thought about reenacting the big scene at the end of that movie, but then I would have to murder myself. So I don't think I can do that. So
Well, at least wait till the end of the show.
yeah. Anyway, so let's get started. We're gonna jump right into it, everybody.
I don't know why I'm feeling so quippy tonight.
I've got a lot of energy, man. I'm just I'm stoked.
Hyper.
I'm so excited to be here.
Should I start with the shout out?
Yes. Begin with the shout out, sir.
All right. Last week, if you were on the show, you may have noticed that we got a super chat right as Cap was closing the show, right as he clicked the button, from a new guy.
It was a $20 super chat.
Yeah, and we wanted to give him a shout out. Hopefully he's watching tonight. His name's Luke Odom. He gives us a $20 super chat. He just says, "Been watching for years. Gotta say, I love the channel." So welcome, man. It's great to have you.
It's so cool of you. I hope you weren't offended by the fact that I missed your super chat and you're not ever going to watch again, and who knows if you're even watching now or going to watch after the fact. I sent him a message over the live chat immediately after, hoping he'd see it, but he didn't respond. So anyway, I felt bad about that, but what are you going to do? But anyway, that was super nice of you. If at any point in the show you want to make sure that your question or topic gets discussed on air, you can leave us a super chat, and that will guarantee that, and we sure appreciate any monetary help with the channel. But if you don't want to do that, just leave a question, and we'll get to as many pre-written ones as we can as well. Just talking with my hands, DJ. All right. Why don't you go anywhere that looks interesting, DJ? Let's go. Let's talk about some stuff.
All right. Let's go with... Oh, perfect. Blue Dragon 5 says, "What are some of your best Halloween costumes and memories?"
This one doesn't rank. I mean, it's fine.
Hey, don't throw yourself under the bus.
I really did just put on whatever was in the closet suit-wise. I didn't really get anything new for that. But anyway, so I don't know. Best Halloween costumes. The best stuff I've ever done has been more like cosplay for conventions and stuff, and I'll never beat the Spawn suit. My best stuff is stuff other people make for me, because I don't really, I don't sew, I don't do latex, so I don't really make costumes.
Yeah.
I did, all the best costumes I've ever done that I'm thinking of right now were not Halloween things. I had a friend from my old Star Trek club who made me a Q costume once that I went to a convention with, the Q judge's robe. So I had the big honking, headdress thing. And I met John Delancey in that, and he's as sarcastic as he is in the show. And he just looks at me and says, "You don't go out in public in that, do you?" And then I went to his panel, and I walked up and asked a question to the microphone, and I said, what is, because Q has to wear like a lot of different costumes, and I said, "What is your favorite costume that you had to wear in the show?" And he just points at me and says, "I don't know, that one?" And he's great.
That's cool. I haven't done many costumes. This one, obviously. I did a Daredevil black suit costume a couple years ago when that show came out. That was really fun. I thought about doing that tonight because I thought it'd be fun to have the moderator not be able to see, but it probably would have been even worse than the gloves. So I'm glad I did it. And I need to get used out of this because this cost me a lot of money on eBay, and I don't use it enough. But my best. I was
gonna say that couldn't have been cheap.
No, it was a lot of money. And it came with the mask still on it, and it was a one piece, but I couldn't like ever take it off unless I took the whole top off.
I would feel claustrophobic with that, so you had to cut it off.
Yeah, I just took it to like a clean seamstress and had them cut the mask off. So.
Oh, you were smart enough not to just use scissors of your own. Okay.
No, they like sewed it back, so it's not like. Just...
Okay, I was just imagining you going, I don't know, it's like $200 shoot or whatever it costs you. Wow, that's awesome. And we get to see DJ's amazing manly physique.
Sorry if that was a loud crash. I just sent my headphones flying. Sorry about that. But yeah, this is fun. My best suit actually is yet to come. Cap knows about this. I ordered a custom Power Ranger suit.
The best is yet to come. I can't. Yeah, and you spent a pretty penny on that. I bet it's gonna be worth it.
I hope so. Can't wait. It's gonna be a while though.
I basically had to swear to promise DJ that I'm going to Morphicon with him because he bought this really expensive suit, and if I don't go to Morphicon now, he's gonna have to go by himself.
Yeah, that would have been. That would have been a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good con. It's worth going, but I don't know if I want to go alone.
Yeah, that would be weird. But hey, we can still make it happen. All right, that was a long-winded answer. But did you do anything else, like when you were a kid or anything? Like?
Yeah, I mean, mostly just a lot of store-bought stuff. I did a lot of Batmans. This is the 4th time I've attempted a Joker. When I was a kid, like, I'm thinking of crappy costumes before I'm thinking of good ones. When I was like 10 or 11, I wanted to do a Joker costume, but my stepmom, throwing her into the bus now, would not let me do full-blown white face paint. I think she thought I was too young and that I was going to, like, scratch it off or that it was going to get my eyes. She just didn't want me to wear this much makeup. And so she did this, like, silly approximation where she just, like, drew a smile on my face. Not even filled in like this, just, like, drew a smile on. And I don't think we did hair color or anything, so, like... It just didn't look like anything. I just walked around and carried, like, Joker action figures to tell people what I was supposed to be. It was kind of depressing. But, and then I tried one the year I first started dating Sarah, and I got really crappy face paint that cracked horribly. This paint's not the best either. It's cracking a little bit, but not as bad as that did. And after about an hour, it just all started flicking off. Just entirely, just flew off. And so that was really bad. And then in college, I did an '89 Joker suit, which you can see on my personal Facebook. I think I still got a picture of it there. And because every now and again, a friend of mine from the channel will be like, "Oh yeah, you did Joker that one time," and I'm like, "You went through my pictures? Like I didn't forgot I had that." But anyway, so that one was decent, but. It was because I rented the suit. Like, I got really good makeup, and then I rented an '89 Joker suit, like an authentic one. And
oh wow,
that was great. So that was fun. So this is the 4th time I've tried that. And somebody asked if I was doing Dark Knight Returns. I'm not doing anything specific with this. I had another scheme that was a little bit more like a '70s suit that would have looked closer to the Arthur Fleck costume, and I thought about doing something with that, but then the makeup kit I got didn't have blue, so I decided not to do that makeup, and I thought black looked better. So this is just my own custom design. I basically just tried to design it as like if I went insane and turned into the Joker, which is why I'm still wearing my glasses, and also because I can't see without them. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just Captain Joker. This is Captain Joker, and that was the idea. So yeah, costumes are always funnier when you explain them.
Yeah, when I was a kid, because I think most of these guys know that my parents own a martial arts school. They're martial arts instructors, so we had access to like the catalogs where you could order all the martial arts stuff. And so every year as a kid, I just went as a ninja, but I used an actual ninja suit instead of like a store-bought one. So that's just the same. I did that every year when I was a kid. I didn't do it. I mean, not until I was too old, but that's what I used to do when I was a kid.
That's pretty cool.
Because I was a weird kid.
David Cossey says, or Cozy says, DJ could be a Spider-Man stunt double.
That would be amazing. I would love that.
Blue Dragon
I'd quit my
5
job right.
says, Captain Clown. Oh, yes, of course! You killed Captain Clown! You still haven't watched through that series. You have to do that, and then you'll know what I'm referencing.
I do. I will get your... Well, I know what you're referencing. Just
but then you'll know the episode, and you'll see the context of it. And you'll
of the
see
Secret Society. Quick plug.
and you'll
Join
see
us there.
a robot turn into a small cube. Okay, so, we should answer more questions than just that one.
No, I think we'll just focus on the one tonight.
Tonight, 1 hour on costumes of the past. Past.
Oh, right. Let me see. Okay, here we go. We have one from...
I'm having a really hard time not doing a like really goofy
voice?
Joker laugh every time I laugh at anything.
You did an accidental one when we first got on the call tonight. That was really good.
Yeah, I'm not even doing it on purpose. It's just like I really get in the mood when I put something like this on. And like invariably I expect like a million Joker lines tonight. But anyway, all right, go ahead.
So we have one here that is from... So these two go together. Anime 2019 says, what would a Halloween costume for the Welder look like? And then Blue Dragon 5 says, thoughts on the Welder's appearance in El Camino, which I know you've seen. So I'm going to let you take that.
So El Camino is the Breaking Bad movie, and there is a antagonist for Jesse Pinkman in that. It's interesting that is a welder, and interestingly, he's not a character who is in the show. He's retroactively added, and we do a flashback to show how they were connected. And Vince Gilligan does a really good job of making it of making me buy that this just was not relevant information that we had before, as opposed to this kind of jump the shark added scene. And he. Not to give too much away, but he's a character that Jesse needs something from, so he goes to try to take him out and get something from him. And his whole gimmick is that he's a welder, and he needs him specifically to weld something, and he's kind of scary. And I was like, okay, well, something already did the welder. Like it would be the. If we think of the Welder as like a Marvel character, it would be the like Netflix Daredevil version of the Welder. And so now, when he asked if like what the costume would be, I'm like, I don't think he has a costume. I think he just wears a welding mask and just whatever he has on. You know, he's probably wearing plaid, I imagine, but probably not like a a spandex costume.
Oh, did he not wear like a coat, like an overcoat? They made me wear an overcoat for safety, which was this big green ugly coat, which was kind of annoying.
I don't think so. This guy
well, he's cool. He actually knows how to
about safety, because he was a criminal, and he did he provided criminal services for like drug dealers and things.
Oh, okay.
I just think the Welder could have exactly his backstory.
Hey. I mean, connect the universes.
And he could have your backstory, where like the only thing he was good at in high school was welding. And then he grew up and he got with the wrong crowd, and he became a welder, a criminal welder.
Criminal welder. All right, we've got to get to some substance.
Criminals also need welding done. You could be a criminal carpenter too, like
criminal plumber. The whole league.
Precisely. Oh, hey, real quick before we get to another question, folks, let me know if DJ is overpowering me again, because the last couple shows I have had not the best audio on my end. I went back and listened a little bit and realized that it was off again. So it's not the same problem it was before, because I'm checking my levels and they all look right. So if you're not hearing me as well as DJ, let me know and I will up my slider.
Sorry, overpowering you.
No, it's not you. It's totally on my end, because the same thing was happening with
the great power. You know the rest.
With great volume.
with crappy headphone mic comes great volume.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With lack of OBS experience. Anyway, so what comes next, sir?
I'm gonna jump to a super chat because we've got like 5 or 6 of those stacking up. Christian Ogden gives us a $10 super chat. He says, if someone told you 2 months after Justice League, the next DC movie out would be the most successful ever, and an artsy indie drama would outgross most MCU films, how high would you think they are?
Would you say that one more time? I lost something in that.
There's no punctuation, so I just read it straight through. I'm going to add punctuation this time.
Oh, cool.
If someone told you 2 months after Justice League that the next DC movie would be the most successful ever, and that an artsy indie drama would outgross most of the MCU films, how high would you think they are?
Yeah, so when you say the next DC movie, I mean, like, at the time that Justice League came out...
Aquaman.
Yeah, like, is that still the highest grossing?
Of all the DC movies, I think it is.
Is it really? Okay. And Joker just beat the rated R record, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that absolutely wild?
Yeah,
I could
Ryan
have
Reynolds
predicted that.
Too.
Joker, I would have been less surprised about than Aquaman. I will certainly say that, because that was a thing that people seemed really intrigued by, and I think there was a lot more interest in an art housey type Joker movie or something based on a DC property than anybody at Warner has realized. And given the success of Logan, given the success of Deadpool and things like that, it's not a huge surprise that if that was even a half-decent movie, it was going to scratch an itch that people needed scratched, and then a lot of people were going to go see it, because the two big things that has going for it are the same brand recognition that all of these other superhero things, or a lot of these other superhero things have. Maybe not, Ant-Man so much, but like the name recognition that a lot of these things have. But B, the assumption that it won't fall in exactly the same formula, and it will not be dime a dozen. And if it's not for your kids, maybe it will try some things and do something different. And indeed, all the things I just said fall in those categories, whether you enjoy them or not. And so so it's not super surprising to me that it broke records. It is surprising to me that it broke the rated R record, that it went that far. That's crazy. But no, the biggest surprise is absolutely Aquaman. If you told me that right after, I wouldn't have believed you.
Well, I think Joker is great news, because it's just as profitable as Endgame. I don't know if you read that article. So hopefully that'll get studios to take more chances on some lower budget movies, so we don't have to spend
things that don't have to be 200, 300 million.
Yeah, because if you're spending that much and doing that much work and you're not getting more profit than the $70 million Joker indie drama, then
as I always say, what you hope is that the lesson from the studio learns is not make a bunch of movies exactly like Joker, but make more low-budget things, take chances on things, put things out there for a niche audience, or as I always say, just for whoever might be interested in a piece of art somebody was passionate about, and then hope that you get lucky and you win over a general audience. You didn't see it, but having seen Joker, I wouldn't have thought that movie would be for as many people who went and saw it, which means that it won people over. It also means that character is still as popular as it was 10 years ago, and that luckily Jared Leto didn't do too much to ruin that for people.
Yeah. All right. We have another super chat from Lightning City. Hey guys, what's your favorite Halloween episode in any non-superhero show and superhero show?
Oh,
Could
goodness.
be live action or animated. Oh, put us on the spot.
It's probably for me one of the Buffy Halloween episodes. I mean, there are several, so it would be hard to decide which ones. Probably the one where everybody turns into their costumes. That one's real fun. I don't think The Gentleman took place at Halloween, but I always think of that as a Halloween episode because I used to show that at Halloween parties. That's what I heard of that show. But then, wow, superhero wise.
Yeah, I have no idea. The Rapping Pumpkin?
I'm sure. That doesn't even
Pumpkin
count.
Rapper?
Something like that. Oh, well, I guess, did that happen at Halloween? I know there's Halloween parodies episodes. Was that one actually set at Halloween? It was, wasn't it?
That was the one that we watched where, look at this, we forgot already. We just watched it all last year. It's the one where they're on that Halloween game show, I think.
Oh, remember how convoluted that game show was? You couldn't begin to follow the rules of that. I'm trying to think of other examples of Halloween episodes and superhero shows. Like, my mind is blanking.
I don't know.
I don't either.
We're really failing the super chat.
No, I feel bad about it.
I always go back and watch the Christmas stuff episodes. I don't usually go back to Halloween episodes.
I can think of those. I don't think we do Halloween as much. I mean, obviously we don't do Halloween as much as we do Christmas.
Yeah. This year I've been trying to go back and do some. I've been watching some Psych episodes that aren't necessarily Halloween, but they feel like Halloween episodes. I don't know if you've ever watched Psych, but I like that show.
I only saw the pilot. I will do it at some point because I was always curious about the Clue episode, and I just never went back to it.
Okay, well that's like season 7, I think.
No, I know, but I've been told that's a really episodic show, so.
Yeah, it's definitely a procedural. But yeah.
Okay, well, if people think of good Halloween episodes from superhero shows, let us know. Just nothing is immediate, and then I'll tell you if I like it or not, if I remember it. I feel dumb. Yeah, no, you're right. Bob Kane is a fraud. I saw that name in the comments from a video earlier. And was like, that's great. So every time he shows up, we just get to call him Bob Kane is a fraud. Star Trek had Cat's Paw. Yeah, Star Trek didn't have any Halloween episodes apart from that one, and it's not great. Well, yes. No, The Simpsons have great Halloween episodes. That's kind of the place to go for Halloween shows. And I watched... Thanks for reminding me, because I want to watch that tomorrow. I always try to... I don't keep up with The Simpsons anymore, but of course, like, it's famously not as good as it used to be. Although, I keep saying... I don't think anybody actually knows if The Simpsons is good or not, because nobody watches it, so everybody just assumes it's still bad. It probably is. Whenever people go like, The Simpsons hasn't been good in 12 years, or 20 years, it's like... Okay, but when did you watch it last? Like, do you know for sure? But anyway, I watched the Halloween special last year and thought it was okay. I remember like a couple of vignettes were kind of fun. But anyway, all right, DJ, let's do something.
People are saying Spectacular Spider-Man has a good one.
Oh, interesting.
Cinematographic mentions Rabid from Smallville season 9, which I actually remember.
I don't write off. Which one is that?
That's the zombie episode.
You know, I might have missed that.
I remember it because back in the day when I used to make like music videos on YouTube, I made a music video just for that episode.
by 9 and 10, wow, this is starting to flake off. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. You're
pieces
tiny on my screen.
Wow, it's getting on. By the end of this, I might just look normal.
My goodness, you're gonna have PTSD.
Yeah,
you're like I should have never went back to the Joker. This is the 4th time.
Yeah, it's like leper Joker.
Leprosy Joker. That's
but
great.
yeah, by 9 and 10, I wasn't watching it every week, and they kept up a little bit, but I didn't watch every episode. I don't think I've seen half of 10.
Oh, interesting. They like take his blood, and then they fly up into an airplane and they like shoot it out as like gas and like.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, I just spoiled the ending, but that's how they get rid of all the zombies.
So I'm sure I will be surprised. Yeah,
but
like this wasn't happening as much earlier because I've been wearing this makeup for a while, but I think that's because I wasn't moving around as much.
Oh, well, don't move.
Okay, well that's entertaining. An unmoving Captain Joker. Okay, let's do some more. We need to start rolling a little bit here. These aren't even like hard hitting questions, and we're not getting anything done.
Okay, Halloween. Oh yeah, this is a quick one. Have you seen Halloween Town? It's a good film franchise from Anime 2019.
No, I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. Is that Disney franchise? Disney, like the channel, Disney Channel show? Halloween Town.
Does it have something to do with Nightmare Before Christmas? I mean, I would assume with that title and it being Disney, that's what it is. But
I don't know.
Is it that Halloween Town? Because I will look at that
show where we ask you questions.
Yeah,
you have to tell.
Yeah. This is the show where we discover from you, like, we are complete frauds, DJ. Like we just
what are we doing here?
To like under the pretense of entertaining you, but it's really so that we can find out anything about pop culture. Like, we're invalids, we don't know anything, we don't bother doing research, we just discover everything through this audience.
All right, here's a Halloween question for you.
Anime 2019 says Halloween Town is a quad of Disney Channel films.
Oh,
a quad.
Quadrilogy?
And Rainbow Color Warrior calls us hack frauds, which
that's not a bad name.
Agreed.
Agreed. Hey, you're the Joker, man. You can't be making Iron Man references.
I was gonna say I don't think I've made one. Yeah, like, oh man.
Considering the Avengers have ice cream flavors in the MCU, what DC heroes should have candy themes to them?
Questions are getting weird already. So
It's Halloween.
So I'm sorry. Would you do me a favor and set this premise up? The Avengers have ice cream flavors?
It doesn't surprise me.
What are we talking about?
Apparently, there's flavors of ice cream in stores now.
Is that specifically what we're saying? Is that like they're okay? All right. And then what was the actual question?
So what DC heroes should have candy themes to them? I mean, what candies should
okay,
should
yeah,
have...
we just name names and then that's it. It's just like Flash needs a candy at the end.
Yeah. Joker, Joker beans. Jelly beans.
So the Joker, this is not gonna be interesting to anybody. So the Joker, I'm gonna say
these are the questions, guys. These are the questions.
Like a lime flavor ice cream, and then Batman. See, I like the idea of Batman getting black licorice so nobody eats it. Like, you get the most popular DC character, and you make a black licorice so nobody eats it.
But everybody buys it, but they don't eat it.
Yeah.
Just because it's Batman.
You just add the box. Just to say they have the box on their counter.
Just to put it in your bat bunker.
Anime 2019 says Egghead should be on Easter candy. That's good.
Oh, what are those, what are those eggs? Cadbury eggs? Cadbury Eggheads.
Yeah, that's awesome. Cadbury Eggheads.
It's a weird question. All right.
Yeah.
Mutale says, what is the best film to watch at Halloween? On Halloween. So this is the night. So tomorrow night,
go ahead.
The best film, definitively. I'm not going to answer. You got
okay.
Show.
So I'll tell you what like my traditions have been in the past. My mom and I, for whatever reason, always used to watch Flatliners on Halloween. And Jason and I watched Poltergeist a few years ago, and he's been begging me to see it again ever since. So I think starting this year, we're probably going to end up watching Poltergeist every year. Although I'm going to Terminator tomorrow night, so it'll probably have to be the day after. But somewhere around Halloween, we're going to do that. So I don't know. I guess for my part, I don't do this, but like the definitive answer I think would be Halloween, just because I think it is a brilliant film, and it's a horror film, and it's set at Halloween and called Halloween. Like I don't know if you do any better than watching Halloween on Halloween.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna let you answer that one because I don't really.
Or Batman Forever.
Batman Forever. Is that? Oh, that does take place at Halloween.
We talked about this last week.
He does the trick or treat thing. Yeah.
Oh no, we didn't. I had this conversation with Dan's News on the Batmosphere we made the very day after. Okay. I was like, did we really? No, I did though. I did, yeah. Because he's like, trick or treat, and then he knocks Alfred out, and then Riddler goes trick.
Good one, Riddles. Malik Myers Reborn gives us a super chat.
Thanks, man.
He says, would you consider doing another commentary? This is weird for me reading this. Would you consider doing another commentary on Amazing Spider-Man, but this time DJ is what he says. We both love that movie.
I mean, if DJ just begged me, I would certainly consider it. But I mean, I'm not planning on doing a lot more commentaries on movies we've done commentaries on already. Like, there could be an exception to that at some point. I mean, we did the Manias, and so those kind of required us to do things we've done already. But I don't have any plans to intentionally go back to a movie that I've already done a commentary on, unless the Mania was just so goofy that it barely counts. Because we when we did the Manias, we kind of set those up as these are even more laid back than what we usually do, and so you should have zero expectations for these. But when you go back and listen to those, the majority of them are still the kinds of commentaries we make, and then occasionally they would just get so silly. Like, if there was any interest at all in another Elektra commentary, that would be one to go back to, because even though that movie sucks, we didn't really do a commentary on that movie. The Wolverine is also that way.
Well, I mean, you talked about hotels quite a bit, which was
yes, we did, and that's the point I make. It had been so long since either of us had seen it that we couldn't even remember the plot. We were like, I know things about this movie, but I don't have like thoughts, but I don't have any insights.
No, I mean, I don't think I would step on your commentary with Dan. I think you guys did a great job. But I do remember the Mania on, what's it called? Apocalypse, and that's like one of my favorites because that was amazing. Really love that
Was
one.
it because it was just really hard for us to even get through it?
Yeah.
I don't remember what we said in that.
Distaste in your voice the whole time was quite amusing.
I remember that feeling like the X3 commentary all over again that I did with Shades years ago, where he and I just spent. I don't even think there are words in that commentary. I think the majority of that is just us going, ugh.
All right.
People
you do
watched it. I don't know why. 3
more super chats. So I'm gonna do another one real quick.
All right.
And guys, send me some more questions if you have them, because I'm running low. I'm running low on regular questions. This is from Bella AC. Cap, give us your best Joker laugh right on the spot.
Wow. So, there's a lot of different ways to do Joker laughs, of course, and I could do like the obnoxious, like Arthur Fleck, like can't stop laughing thing, where like it hurts my throat, and then I start coughing. Like I could do that one. I'm not going to, but I thought of that. The Joker laughs I like the most are kind of the I like the hoo laughs, like those are my favorite. I don't know why. I think because it goes back. I think it's because it goes back to Cesar Romero, and then Jack Nicholson kept going with it, and it feels obviously real campy in a real campy show. But then when Nicholson does it, it's holding over from that, but it's in a slightly darker context. And, just having that much fun, murdering or maiming people or whatever, and doing what you could get away with as a clown, doing that laugh.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah, so there you go.
That was great.
Thanks, man.
I would clap, but I have gloves on, so it doesn't do anything.
I have to stop myself from not doing a Gorshin.
I don't know if you've ever watched all the way through The Batman. That's the only Batman show I've seen. And I really like his crazy, like, over-the-top,
it's
like,
nuts. Yeah, it's cool. Because he's, like, half based on a hyena.
Yeah.
And he does this, like, hyena laugh, and my voice isn't low enough to go there. Because he's just like...
Yeah, he like, jumps pitches.
It goes high and low, and, that... I can't remember his name right off. That is an amazing voice actor.
He's so good. It's Michael something Michaels.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna mention it. Noah O says the Batman is underrated. I agree with that at this point. I used to hate that show, but the more I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Mutali, Captain Joker, is your life a comedy? Yes. And a tragedy. You decide. Matthew Bass, and I thought my jokes were bad.
Oh, right. Here we go.
You know what? I want to do that. I want to do that. This will be self-indulgent and stupid.
Perfect for the show.
So,
the Captain Logan Show, self-indulgent. That's the subtitle. I should put that in the logo.
So, I thought, and originally I was just going to make this the Captain Joker Show and not even make it a subtitle, but then you did that.
I could have did that. Dang it. I didn't think of it.
But I'm going to do what you should have did. No, But then you did that logo, and I didn't want to ruin the logo. So.
Oh, you could have asked me to change it.
Yeah, but I love it. No, if anybody has a quote that you want to see me, Joker quote specifically, that you want to see me do an impression of in this makeup, I'll periodically throw some of those out. I'm gonna even be that lazy where I'm not gonna even choose the quotes, because it's your show. I think everybody's getting bored. Look at me.
All right. Well, this will get everyone's attention because this is newsworthy. Mutali asks, thoughts on the Superman and Lois show on CW and the Green Lantern show on HBO Max?
I had not heard about
you hadn't?
The CW thing.
Yeah, it's the Superman from, I think it's the Superman from Supergirl.
From Supergirl. That's exciting. That potentially. I mean, it's the CW, so it'll probably suck, but he's great, and I like him in that role. I will certainly take a look at that pilot. It'll be Lois and Clark again. That could be really cool. The big problem with it is I don't like her. They're gonna have to win me over on her, and the writing is just gonna have to be better, and they're gonna have to not constantly throw their Superman under the bus in favor of somebody else. Where it's like, there was this obsession with the little screen time he's had of throwing Superman under the bus in order to make Supergirl look better. You don't have to do that. Just to make a big deal out of like how progressive we are and having a female-driven series. Why do we have to do that? Like, why can't he be cool and she's also cool? I don't understand. And I'm a broken record on this, but it still ticks me off. After 5 years, I'm still annoyed about this. If you really wanted to push envelopes, take chances, and make a statement about how you don't need Superman and Supergirl can be great on her own, in that universe where like where you're starting from scratch, don't have Superman at all. Have her be the first the Kryptonian that crashes, and you just don't even have Clark Kent, and let her stand on her own without the whole show having to be about her being in somebody else's shadow. So I don't know, if they had any guts, they would have done it that way. And same thing with Batwoman too. If they had guts, that's how they would have done it. That's my opinion. And I'm sorry if I bring that up too much, but it drives me crazy. So, like, I love this the idea of finally doing a Superman show, and it being a Superman and Lois show. And I have no problem with Lois's name being in the title, or her being the other protagonist. But, like, we did that in the early 90s with Lois and Clark. Her name was first. They were dual protagonists. It's pre-progressive for 1992, 1993. This show has got to not pretend like it's the first one to ever do it, because it's not. They need to be smarter about it. They need to be a little bit more sophisticated, because it should happen. It'd be wonderful, but it needs to be good, and it won't.
I wonder. I haven't heard like the exact thing. Is it called Superman and Lois, or is it just called Superman?
Well, I mean, I didn't even know this news had happened, but somebody mentioned a Superman and Lois show, so I'll be very surprised if her name's on the title.
Yeah, I imagine that's what it's gonna be. What about the Green Lantern show? You excited about that?
No, because it's written apparently by the guy or showrunner or something, by the guy that did the movie, and why would you do that? That thing completely failed. Everybody hated it. That was the whole reason we didn't start a DCEU then. And why are all of these horrible writers failing upwards all the time?
That would be like if someone made a horrible adaptation of Dark Phoenix and then you let them try it again.
Can I answer another question that I just saw?
Absolutely. It's your show.
Z. I need to change the title. I ask you permission all the time. I need to change the title of the show. DJ's chatting hour.
Also with Cap.
Now featuring Captain Logan. Professor Zoom 21, Captain J. Captain J. Why do you like the Birds of Prey show? Well, at this point, not because it's necessarily good. I've come back to it some here and there, and it doesn't hold up as much as I wish it did. So some of it is certainly nostalgia. Some of it is, compared to Smallville, it was a little better at the time. I'm not saying, and I've said this before, I'm not saying that the best episode of Smallville isn't better than that show overall or on par with it. Like, Smallville has some great episodes, but it was also only on for 13 episodes and was absolutely finding its footing. I love it for the, I think, very creative premise of going to the old Earth 2 Huntress and doing a show about Batman's daughter. I think that's so much cooler than if it was a Helena Bertinelli show. And I would not have at that point expected somebody to even go back and do the research to know that stuff existed. So, I mean, like, that's a somewhat, it's not the deepest pull thing. Like, if you've read Crisis, you know about her, but, like, that's pretty cool that anybody even thought to do that, to make that the daughter of Batman and Catwoman. I always loved that. I always loved Dinah Mayer as Barbara Gordon. I think she's the best Barbara Gordon, hands down. I think she's wonderful. I love the actress that plays Huntress in that. In high school, I thought she was just awesome. I had a huge crush on her. And it was a really fun show. It's not super smart. It's not a great looking show. It's a little cheap. It's on a CW budget. It was WB at that time. And their transitions were awful, man. They had these like terrible, I don't know if you've ever seen it, but they had these terrible CG city shots that you were just like, don't even bother. It's bad, man. Go back to model work. But Harleen Quinzel was a really fun villain, and that was before we had as much of a Harley Quinn obsession as we do now, and people would not have expected, Joker's Hinch Girl to be the main character of that show, and actually allowing her to be a therapist, and a decent therapist while also a psychopath, was great. I mean, there were a lot of really fun creative ideas in that show. Yes, Mia Sarah. Well, Bob Kane is the fraud. I'm gonna answer every one of your. So you know, I am playing favorites, but Bob Kane is a fraud. He's at 66 Batgirl as well. Yeah, okay. It is maybe hard to put her above Yvonne Craig, but they're doing very different things. I guess for me, I would still inch her out slightly just because she's straight off the page. But then that gets weird because that character existed because of Yvonne Craig's version. I don't know if you know that, but Barbara Gordon didn't exist before 60s Batman. That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right,
cool.
DJ. Well, DJ's not paying any attention to what I'm saying.
No, I'm sorry. Someone said that I missed a super chat from Wakes, but I've scrolled all the way back up to the top and I don't see any super chats from Wakes. So if anyone knows what he's talking about, let me know. But I'm gonna move forward.
Okay, Anime 2919. I guess just most of the Batgirls are great. Because, yeah, Tara Strong's good, too.
This super chat is from Noah O. He just says, send in the clowns.
Send in the clowns. So there's this song. I'm never going to have any other reason to bring this up, so I'm going to do it now.
Okay,
I'm a huge fan of Space Ghost Coast to Coast and Cartoon Planet. And Space Ghost Bracken Zorak from the late 90s Cartoon Network when they were making fun of a whole bunch of Hanna-Barbera stuff. It's like they got the rights to use that stuff and immediately they decided to just like lampoon it constantly. And there were a lot of really hilarious musical numbers in Cartoon Planet, and one of them was a riff on that song sung by Zorak about how much he hates circuses and clowns. Called Don't Send in the Clowns. And it was like, don't send in the clowns. Please, not the clowns. Don't send in the clowns. They always bring me down. Anyway, I'll never have any other reason to do that again, so.
Oh, perfect. See? No super chat goes unnoticed here.
Solar Dragon 007, Cat needs to find a set of stairs outside somewhere and do the Joker dance. Somebody asked earlier if we could do a goal for the Joker dance. Guys, I'm practiced. I saw the movie twice. I don't like know it, you know, like.
I'm gonna give you another one real quick. He
okay,
says,
and then I'm gonna tell a story.
Okay, perfect. Here's the super chat from Mr. Roboto. Would still pay two. Goodness, this is the number 2. It threw me off. Would still pay to see predicted Cameron Aquaman.
Okay, I don't know what predicted means. Was there?
I'm guessing he would still pay to see that Cameron Aquaman movie that was rumored, I guess.
Yeah, what is it with all these projects Cameron was supposed to do?
I don't know. It seems like he's just been weaving in and out of the superhero genre.
Yeah, but has never actually made one. Yeah, I would pay for that too. I paid to see the other one, and that wasn't made by as good of a filmmaker, probably.
Well, he would shoot that completely underwater because he's like obsessed with submarines.
That's I mean, I say that I liked James Wan's previous film. That's not fair. I don't know. Maybe he is as good of a director, but like Aquaman's not like a brilliantly directed movie or anything. But
yeah,
I think if Cameron did one, he would insist on it being less commercial, at least in the way it was shot and stuff. I don't know if he'd get away with that with a big studio. Maybe that's why he's never made one. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna tell a story. So people keep asking me to dance. The other night, DJ, in front of a reasonably sized crowd, I did a dance, and I'm not a dancer, but I did this thing the other night. I was at a party. The flea market that I have a booth at has a Halloween party every year at a nightclub, and so I went to that, and I brought the Asbat suit, the Azrael Batman suit that Pierce made for Batman Year. And I wore it hoping that I would win the costume contest. And I was last in line. I don't think the judges even saw me. And I don't know if they saw me or not because I can't see out of that lens. I've got like 12% visibility. So I have no idea what they thought of it. But right before that, we got there late. We got there just as they were doing the kids contest. So I like rushed out to my car to get my costume because I wasn't even sure if I was going to wear it. While I'm out getting it, Jason is busy winning the kids contest. There were a bunch of kids in costume. Jason won his contest. He won like a $50 gift card. He won the whole kids. There were multiple places. He got first place with a store-bought Harry Potter suit. And I come in with Pierce's latex Asbat suit. Nobody cares.
Did anyone know who you were?
I mean, they knew it was Batman something, but no, it went over everybody's heads. As I knew it would, but it looked cool, you know, so it worked. Anyway, there was a DJ who was taking requests, and I had him play Prince's Bat Dance, which I opened the show with tonight. And so I go up there, I'm doing Bat Dance, right? And I go up there and I start dancing, just being silly. And I figured like maybe some other people would come up and dance and stuff. And I was gonna do it for like a minute and then get down. And nobody else was up there. And I was like by myself. And so I was like, okay, like nobody cares. And of course, again, I can't see anything, right? I was like, this is dumb. This is silly. I'm feeling embarrassed. I'm gonna go sit down. And then I do like a twirl with my cape, and I hear a bunch of applause. And so I just keep going. And I did the entire song, and at the end there was like this huge uproar. I can't see, so I didn't know what anybody's reaction to it was, right? And so then I get the mask off, and I go sit down, and my dad is like, so every single person in here was crowded around you watching you do this Bat Dance. And like I don't know, I'm just getting real goofy. Like I'm doing the Batusi, and like I'm flipping my cape around, and like I popped my cape out of one of its sockets, and it just ran with it. And he was like, yeah, there were like 6 people filming it, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I did this like whole made up routine for an audience I didn't even know was watching.
That's amazing. Yeah, the mask really helps. Like, have you noticed that?
Yes.
Like back when I had the mask on, I would do things that I would never do. Like, it's really cool. I'm excited to get my Power Ranger suit so I can feel that again.
Yeah, well, you got this anonymity.
Yeah.
And there's not any connection with you as much as a person. And that suit is specifically as cool because not only is there a mask, but they can't see your eyes. And that it's got a visor that everything is reflecting off of.
Oh, that's cool.
It just looks really cool. That suit photographs so well. I mean, we built it for camera, and it's beautiful on film. Somebody filmed it, and I saw a little bit of it, and I was like, it looks so good in the dark and on camera.
Have you tried to YouTube like your dance and find it from all those people that were recording it?
No, I should do that. I know at least one person that shot most of it. I should try to put that on Facebook or something. But anyway.
Oh, that'd be cool. All right. Well, we got more super chats here. They're stacking up. So I'm going to jump to Mr. Weeping Dalek. When is a Far From Home commentary happening? A lot of Spider-Man news today. Or questions.
Whenever Dan Torrey has the time to do it. I mean, traditionally, I've always done those with Dan. If we got to a place where, for whatever reason, we really wanted to get it done, or somebody requested it on Patreon or something, I could do it with DJ. I mean, obviously, I love doing commentaries with DJ. I don't mean, I don't want you to feel like you're like second fiddle or something. But he's always been my Spider-Man guy.
Yeah.
He's not going to have time to make very much content until the summer. And then when we get to because he's in law school, and he's doing major projects right now for law school, so he's got no time at all. But in the summer, we'll shoot a bunch of stuff if there's time. So it might not be until then. I don't know yet. He might have a little bit of time Christmas break, and maybe we'll shoot it then. But I'm making no promises at all. Speaking of Patreon, I want to mention that as we talked about a couple weeks ago when Eric was on, or was it last week? No, it was the week before, wasn't it? Because
I don't know. You haven't. What are you talking about?
When Eric was on.
Yeah. He
was on this show. It was 2 weeks ago, right? Mm-hmm. We talked about how Eric's life is a little bit up in the air, and if he moves out of state, which is very likely to happen, he's not going to be able to make videos regularly with me anymore, and that's going to give me I'm going to end up losing my regular person to do, especially superhero and comic book commentaries with, and because of that, I will still take commentary requests for now, and I'll just have to find another co-host to do them with if Eric's not around. But I also am, just so everybody knows, at the $15 tier, adding off-the-cuff movie reviews back. I'm still only going to do one a week, and obviously the last couple weeks I haven't put one out because I've been moving and there hasn't been time. But I'm going to get back to finishing the first and the second batch of those, and every Friday I'm going to try to post one. If you, I know there are folks that kind of miss me doing off-the-cuff movie commentaries. I'm bringing that back. So if you've been wanting to request something, but you weren't interested in comic reviews or commentaries, just so as you know, that's back on the $15 tier. And I'm going to have to cap off the number of those at some point, just so that people aren't having to wait more than 2 or 3 months for their reviews to happen. They're not monthly reviews anymore. They're one a week going through a rotation. And so I don't want people to have to wait too long at $15 a month. And I really appreciate everybody that's done one of those. Also know that if you just have one you really want, you can just go in, pledge it one time, let it go through that month, and then come off, and you'll still be in the rotation. You don't have to stay on it forever. So anyway, just a little bit of kind of house cleaning business there. All right, DJ, what else have we got? We got some more super chats?
We do. We have one from T-Edge1.
Cool.
He gives us a $5 super chat. He says, this is a really good question. What would a geeky-themed haunted house look like? Example, what elements from geeky TV shows and comics like Star Trek and Marvel would work? You guys rock.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind, of course, is just Arkham Asylum, and
Scarecrow, yes.
And people have done that. But like the video game, there was, I don't remember where it was, but there was a place that got, I think, permission from Warner's to do this, or maybe Warner set it up. Like in a theme park or around a theme park somewhere, I forget, but it was a haunted house around Halloween that was Arkham Asylum, and all the actors were dressed up as the versions from the video game, which I think is super cool. So I don't know, yeah, the first thing that comes to mind is Arkham. DJ, what are some other like scary things in comics?
Yeah, well, I'm going to side note real quick, Rabbit Trail, because this wouldn't be a haunted house, but an escape room, a Riddler escape room would be amazing. If that doesn't exist already, that should exist, because that would be awesome. I'd love to do that.
And there's two, there would be a reason for replay value with a Riddler escape room, because you set it up so that, I never thought of this, you set it up so that it is possible to get out without 100%ing it. You also hide Riddler trophies all over it.
Like just fun things to find. Yeah, that'd be awesome. But
that
spooky
would be the best. God, I love that. Yeah, it's hard for me not to just go to Batman.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Mysterio.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but that seems hard. Like, could you do that on a amusement park budget? I don't know, like what you would do.
Well, sure, because I've been to haunted houses that use holograms.
Oh.
And you could do holograms.
Have you ever ridden the Spider-Man ride at Universal?
No, I've never been to Universal. I've always wanted to.
You gotta come down to Florida one day, and
I wish I lived like right next to you.
It'd be great. I mean, I don't live right next to Florida. It's like 6 hours from me still, so.
Well, sure, but then we wouldn't have to, we could ride there together. I don't know.
But anyway, the reason I brought it up was because obviously the rides are like kind of like holograms. They're like big giant screens.
Oh, cool.
It's really cool. It's an awesome ride. But yeah. Who else? Well, he said from Star Trek too. Is there anything from Star Trek that's spooky? He said geeky. He didn't say comic book, so.
Yeah, I mean, Borg stuff would be obvious. You could do a haunted house set on a Borg ship. You could do SETI Alpha 5. That would be interesting. You do the planet that Khan was marooned on. That's a neat idea. There's a lot of things you could do with Star Trek, actually.
I'd like to see a Del Toro's Hellboy, or like
oh yeah, sure,
anything in Del Toro's stuff, like Pan's Labyrinth. I'm sure that has existed at some point, but that would be awesome. So, sorry, Anime 2019 made me laugh halfway through that because he just randomly said DJ and Cap should swim on camera.
I'm gonna take this make off first. So it wasn't until just now that I realized that I don't know why, but that the comments are once again not working on OBS. So I actually missed some comments. I was looking at them on this other screen, and then I started looking at them on OBS, and I was like, this is all Batman related. And that's because it's all from Batmosphere from last week. So
weird.
There are things that people have been asking that I missed. And
Someone says Swamp Thing. That's good.
Swamp Thing's a great idea. Yeah. Yeah. What else? What's some other good stuff in Marvel?
Well, they have like you could do all their monsters. I know Eric would love that. They have Dracula and Wolfman. What else? I don't know. Marvel's all like sci-fi stuff. They don't have
like,
that.
Could you do something with Doctor Doom? I mean, there's like some mad scientist characters in Marvel.
Yeah, you could do the castle. Like if you had a castle,
yeah,
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, Latverian. Are you Latverian? Sure. Blue Dragon Pipes is Blade.
Doctor Strange, obviously.
Oh yeah, no, that's the way to go with that, isn't it?
Yeah, Blade. Yeah, Venom.
Where
That would be.
Oh yeah.
You could do a Venom.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be an intense costume.
Yeah, you do Dormammu and you get stuck in a causality loop. like you're stuck in a room and you can't get out, and you're just like, Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
You just put a rotating door at the end.
Yeah.
What are those called? I'm blanking. I'm totally blanking on what are those called.
What? Just a revolving door?
Revolving door. Thing.
You know, DJ, I've always had a rotating door policy.
All right.
Somebody earlier asked if I was wearing pants. Yes, I am wearing pants. My pants. So I thought of that, this whole costume. This is the only place I'm wearing this. So, like, I didn't even have to wear pants that went with the suit or pants at all. But I am wearing pants. But I'm wearing green pants. Makes it a lot more jokery.
Oh, you should just stand up the whole time.
Oh, okay.
The rest of the time, just stand there.
I don't know where to put my camera in such. People wanted me to dance. So, like,
yeah,
just be kind of bending over. It's like, just like pretend like I'm coming downstairs.
Oddly enough, I actually am not wearing pants. This is just a top hat Spider-Man.
No, it's not. Did you have the seamstress cut that off too?
yeah. While you were doing the mask, could you just cut the pants off so I can go to cons? Bag Studios gives us a super chat. He says, Dan, you rock. Oh, I'm wondering if he censored himself because it says, Dan, you rock that suit. Cap.
People think your name is Dan. This is not Dan. This is DJ. I know I've worked with a lot of Dans in the past, but this is DJ. It's not Dan. I thought
he was talking about your suit. I don't know. Maybe he's talking about me.
I'm not Dan either. Look, everyone on the channel is not named Dan.
Bag Studios, what did you mean? That's why I'm thinking he meant to like put in a expletive there, but he misspelled it maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, Dan,
oh, like
you rock
damn. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
Like the thing that keeps
Bag Studios,
in?
What did you mean? I don't know. He didn't answer. Cap, he also says, Cap, well, he messaged you second, so maybe he was talking to me. Cap, where is Harvey Dent?
Where is he? Well, it just depends. I can't remember how the line goes. Like he could be in several places.
It depends on where that line is in the movie because he's all over the place.
Yeah.
But then Bag Studios gives us another one.
Oh no, that's what it is. He asked what time it is. Like what is the time? Well, depending on the time, he could be in one place or several.
Wow, I did not mean to get you there, but I did. It was an accident. If given, and this is also from Bag Studios.
I'm only burning my half. Sorry.
Okay, no more questions. Cap's just going to quote for the rest of the time.
That's my plan.
We're going to do a quote along for The Dark Knight after this, just like Batman '89. If given an opportunity,
where we do that.
Did you print out the scripts?
I knew I forgot something.
Are you gonna bump on like voice a cappella the theme like you did last time?
Yes. Wait, what did I do last time? Wait, what are you saying?
On the '89 dramatic reading, you did the song in the beginning.
With a kazoo.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever done, but I enjoyed it. I don't know if anybody else did, but I did.
Anyway, Bag Studios gives us another super chat, so I'm going to rate it because we butchered his last one. If given an opportunity to have mind control as a superpower, would either of you take it? Ooh. Also, what movie would you want to and not want to have a prequel made? Okay, so entirely different things.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was dancing. What was What was your
The first
what was the
one,
question?
first part is if you had the opportunity to have mind control as a superpower, would either of you take it? And I am saying a resounding no right off the bat.
No, because I feel like inevitably you would hate everyone in your life. I would maybe. Well, okay. No, I was thinking just telepathy. Yeah.
No, mind control is.
It's a
scary.
power that you could never use except to manipulate people or violate them. Like, it's only a useful power if you're okay with having no ethics.
Oh no! Well, you've got to see.
Unfortunately, I have those.
You have got to see. What's it called? Umbrella Academy, because one of the characters has that, and there's this great scene where she's like struggling, and you'll relate to this. She's like struggling to get her kid to go to sleep, and she's never used her powers on her family, but she's like struggling to get her kid to go to sleep, and she won't go to sleep. She won't go to sleep, and she's arguing, and then like the heat of the moment, she just like uses her power on her, so she'll go to sleep. And it's like it like haunts her for the rest of the show. You gotta watch that show.
Oh, that's such a great idea. Yeah, it would.
It's really interesting.
You'd be too tempted to use it. And
yeah,
you could just have it and not use it, but then I wouldn't want a power I would never want to use.
Yeah, it'd be too hard not to, especially when you lose your temper.
What was that second?
The second part was. Sorry, I've scrolled down. Also, what movies would you want? This is worded weird. So, also, what movies would you want to and not to have a prequel made? So, what prequels do you want to see, and what prequels do you don't want to see?
I'm not prepared for this question. I mean,
it's a hard question.
The easy cop-out answer is stop making prequels. There's lots of other cool things to make. But it's not like it's always a bad idea, and you can make anything work. And yeah, so, man.
Yeah, the problem with prequels is like it never seems like a good idea, and the good ones don't seem like good ideas until you watch them.
What is that thing? Because there might be something sitting on a shelf somewhere where you're like, that needs a sequel stat. Name one thing where you've always thought, God, I just gotta know how this mess began.
I don't know.
I'm thinking, well, okay, so there's stuff, we keep doing prequel matter in Star Trek, which is irritating, but there are cool stories to tell in Star Trek that we've never gone back and done. So the prequels that we've made, and if you count 09, we've done a whopping 3 of them now, you have, or at least continuities, projects and continuities, right? But, because Enterprise is a prequel, and Discovery is a prequel, but we've never gone back and done, like, an event, like an actual major thing that happened. So there was talk before 09 got made of going back and doing the 22nd century Romulan War, and that could be really cool. So, like, and then the proposed Khan show is also not necessarily a bad idea. Go back and do. They weren't going to do Eugenics Wars, I don't think. You could do a Eugenics Wars show, but I think they were going to do again SETI Alpha 5. That could be really cool. But so yeah, I mean, I guess my first answer is Star Trek, but not the ones they've done.
Yeah, I'm actually a much bigger fan of like reimaginings than prequels.
Mm-hmm.
Base Motel is one of my favorite shows ever, and it's a reimagining. The new Apes movies are incredible.
Yes.
I love the trilogy, and that's a reimagining. So I would be much more likely to, I don't know, for some reason when it's like that, you can forgive it a lot more. It's not even forgiving. You're just not in this. You don't have to stick to it. You don't have to worry.
I have another answer, and before I give you the actual thing, I'm going to say more broadly. Now that I'm thinking about it, sometimes I have to just talk for 5 minutes before a good suggestion comes to me. DJ's doing what I wanted to do. He's like, what movies exist?
What? All movies have fallen out of my head right when they ask the question.
Sometimes prequels can be great if they are about mentors of characters where like in the actual story that you know, that character is peripheral or was just a mentor character, and you go back and tell their story because clearly they were a hero and there was a story there. The two big things that come to mind are Jor-El with Krypton, and we made a Krypton TV show, but it's not what I wanted, and it's not what I don't think anybody wanted. And they went 2 generations earlier. That should have just been Jor-El, because there's a story there. And of course, we've told that story more in microcosm, but like, you could do a great Jor-El movie or a great Jor-El TV show. But the other thing, DJ, along those same lines, is Zordon. We need the Zordon movie.
Yes. Oh, just that first 5 minutes of the 2017 movie.
And that is not a thing where you'd go, oh, okay, do we have to go before Power Rangers? Because I am more interested both in Krypton and Zordon than I am in Superman and Power Rangers much of the time.
Well, I never would have been interested in a Zordon movie until I saw that first 5 minutes, because that was so fascinating.
Yeah.
Where they made him a ranger and they made the Green Ranger. Oh, that was really cool.
I think that might have come up because of the video I put up today about origin stories, which, by the way, thanks for all the feedback on that, guys. I had a lot of views on that earlier in the day, and I really enjoyed making that video. So
yeah, I saw that today. I haven't watched it yet, but it was cool.
It's about origins. Okay, so what else do we have, DJ?
Oh, right. We have...
All right.
A question from Asim.
There's just so many questions.
He says, Happy Halloween. Given the financial success of Joker, how do you feel about an L.A. Confidential-esque neo-noir DC film starring Slam, Bradley, and Harvey Bullock?
It's a great idea.
All right, moving on.
I don't know. I've never given that any thought. That could be cool. Yeah, I mean, now there's precedent for Bullock being a main character in something because just everything is being done now. I never thought I'd say that. There's a lot of Bullocks now. You wouldn't have thought that. But yeah, Bullock could carry his own thing.
Cool. Who's Slam Brady?
I don't know.
Slam Bradley.
I don't know who that is. I can only respond to the Bullock side. I don't know. Don't mind me, I was just dancing.
I love it. It's much better with no music and just chair squeaking.
Yeah, everybody else has music, but not you.
Oh, you're playing music?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I've
been playing the music from the from the Joker staircase scene this entire time.
Oh.
Or not this entire time, just when I'm dancing. Good
to know. Yeah. Why can't I it's so weird that I heard the music. There's no way to
bring it up.
The first time we did it, I heard it. I don't understand. Here we go from Tyler Parker, Super Chat. What is it going to take to get a review of Spectacular from you? It's the best Spider-Man adaptation with the PS4 game right behind it.
The answer is time. I have other series requests and things I've got to do before I eventually get to that. I don't know. I mean, I need to talk about it at some point. But that's the thing I would want to do. Probably a rewind on, and those just take longer. I don't know what to tell you, man. There's a lot of things to review. A lot of things I want to do.
Speaking of Spider-Man PS4.
Yes, Madman. I'm definitely getting flagged for copyright, but I've had an okay track record. I've had a good track record lately for like these videos get demonetized, but I don't care because it's fun to do that, and so I just don't care as long as they don't get pulled. And I'll take the risk on a live show like this because at least you guys got to see it. I mean, it would suck if we lost a video, but I don't know. I've done it the last several shows, and this will be the one, right?
No one gets to see your Joker costume. You better take some pictures. Speaking of Spider-Man PS4, someone a while back left a super chat asking, and he added me specifically asking what my thoughts were on Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah.
And I can't find it. So if you left that super chat, let me know.
Oh, I thought you meant the game. He's like, I don't know, I lost my game.
No, that's the only game I have for my PS4.
I can't find
it. It's the reason I bought the PS4. Still have yet to play any other games.
Did we talk about this? Noah said something about a Wonka movie. Is there a Willy Wonka prequel movie happening?
I think someone brought that up a few shows back. Yeah.
Okay. Now, here's the thing. That does not immediately sound like a story that you want told or a thing where there is a story there. It could be done. There is a story there. But it cannot be... Well, my immediate instinct is to say it cannot be as whimsical as Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It would almost have to be a little bit more reined in and a little bit more about, like, corporate politics and stuff.
Yeah, you'd have to play it like a biopic. Like, him becoming Willy Wonka.
What if it was done like documentary style?
What if it was done like Joker?
What if it was done like Joker?
But not like horribly
Just
depressing.
imagine right now that I'm wearing a Willy Wonka outfit.
Have you heard about the Barney movie they're making?
What? Nah! What is that?
They're making a Barney movie with who's the guy? Someone in the comments let me know. It's like a really serious actor. I don't know what it's going to be. I heard some people speculating that it could be a movie about the guy in the suit, kind of like the Mr. Rogers biopic coming up, which would be, I think, the only way you could do that. I don't know if you can make an actual.
And not a documentary.
No, it's not. I don't know if it's. We don't know if it's a biopic. We just know it's a movie. It's not a documentary. So I don't know what it's
weird.
about.
All right.
But anyway, I really liked Spider-Man PS4. I didn't like it as much as a lot of people, but I played it way after the hype, so it was kind of hard to live up to that, I guess. But I played it for a while. But once I 100%ed it, I kind of got bored. Yeah,
that's right. You finished it. I knew that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good game. I wish they would make a sequel. We have Rose Hitchcock says Marvel Mania 2. Plenty of new movies.
The Wrath of Khan. Okay, so Marvel Mania 2 is probably not going to happen. As I've said before, I don't plan on doing a lot more like episode to episode things, and that would include a whole series of a bunch of movie commentaries. Certainly if I did it probably wouldn't be day to day. The current format for the channel has been going really, really well. I much prefer putting out 3 to 4 videos a week than being an insane person and putting out 7 or more. More people have had time to look at more of the content. But, I mean, obviously I loved doing those, and never say never necessarily. DJ and I are kicking around other things that we want to do that would have to be episode to episode, and it's just, I don't want to saturate the channel with them, so that is the catch-22 with it. Marvel Mania 2, if it were to happen, would almost certainly have to be me and somebody else. It probably wouldn't be Eric, because he just doesn't have the time, and he's probably not going to be living here soon. So if it ever happened, it'd be me and somebody else, which is also another reason that I'm thinking it probably won't. But anyway. I know, and it comes up all the time. People really want more Manias.
People love it. It was fun. It was a fun show. I go back to them sometimes.
I keep hearing that from people. It's so nice of you guys.
People in the society have been talking a lot about your commentary.
It's been commentary week in the Secret Society. Yeah. I don't know. That makes me feel good. I just kept seeing posts about commentaries that we made years ago, and I'm like, oh, that's neat. Thanks, guys. And then there was one thread where people were putting up their favorite commentary quotes from me that I did not remember saying. Like there were like 5 or 6 quotes. It was like, I don't even know where that's from. It's really funny. I was like, apparently I said that.
Hey, Robert Wilde says, controversial opinion. I actually like the Spider-Man suit from the first Amazing Spider-Man movie. So do I, Robert. It's my favorite live-action Spider-Man suit. So
Is it really? It's your favorite?
I love it. I love the dark colors. I love the slim. I like the design of it.
I think it looks better when the palette isn't muted, actually. Like, it looks fine in that, but I've seen... I saw a picture of somebody cosplaying it with, like, regular Spider-Man colors. Like, even yours is a little bit muted. Somebody did it where it's, like, really bright red and blue. It looks better that way. Okay.
Yeah, I don't... this is kind of, like, stretched. I think that's why it's looking paler, because this suit is made for someone smaller than me. But I actually really like how it looks in the movie. I like how it, like, glows in the dark. It's,
I like the
really
hands on
shiny.
it a lot.
Yeah, the hands are really cool. I mean, well, let's just look at it, shall we?
Sure.
I mean,
it's a little busy. It was always my issue with it. And I always thought it was weird that they pulled like this really obscure suit from like one panel in a comic. That actually comes from a comic. Somebody sent me the panel once, and I was like, how did they even find that? I don't remember where it was from, but
the one thing I would change is the red stripe down the legs. I'm not a big fan of the red stripe down the legs. I like just the solid blue legs. But I really like that they got rid of the belt. Like the Tobey Maguire suit, his belt is like above his belly button, and he looks like an old geezer, and it looks ridiculous. And I love that they got rid of the belt, and they made this red thing go down a lot further, and like it's perfect for a Spider-Man suit because it's like really slimming and it fits the character really well.
People complained that it was made out of material that made it look like a basketball, and that's what I like about it. When somebody pointed that out and I looked really close at it, I was like, no, that's pretty cool. He's basketball. And then I wanted it to be orange, and then I saw somebody do a Photoshop where it was orange, and I thought that was Awesome.
All right, moving on.
Something else I was gonna mention, Madman. Will you do a Galaxy Quest commentary? We have one. Go find it. You can listen to it. I did it with Adam and Brandon.
Oh. We have finished the super chats.
Have we?
Last super chat about the spectacular Spider-Man.
Cool. Well, we can start wrapping up here.
We just got two good questions here.
Okay, let's knock those out then.
Are you going to cap thoughts on the Galaxy Quest doc, Never Surrender? Have you heard about that?
Yes, I saw the trailer for it last week. I'm stoked for that. It's cool. A lot of people interviewed for that you wouldn't have expected. It looks great. I'm excited about it. And a lot of Star Trek people interviewed for that. I love that they're making a big deal out in that trailer right away of we're not shying away from Star Trek references and that connection because it's a Star Trek movie. It's not only about a show that is clearly a stand-in for Star Trek and the actors that were in that show and Tim Allen playing an egotistical Shatner-esque character, but it also as a Star Trek movie, if you looked at it as a Star Trek movie, it's one of the best Star Trek movies. And immediately, 10 seconds into that trailer, they have somebody come up and say, Galaxy Quest is the best Star Trek movie never made. And I'm like, yes! I've always said that! He's like, yeah, I'm excited about that. Special appearance from a cat!
Yeah, that's really cool. Did you know that it's made by a YouTube channel?
Did you see your cat?
Oh, yeah, spooky. She's not black, though.
I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
That's made by a YouTube channel. That's made by the Screen Junkies YouTube channel.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They're showing it at like a local theater though. Hopefully they're hoping that it gets a wide release.
I would doubt very seriously if it gets a wide release.
Wider.
But I'm hoping maybe Fathom does something with it or Alamo Drafthouse or something. But I definitely would go to the theater to see that. Absolutely. And would like to review it before it comes on video, like I did with the DS9 doc. There's just so much stuff going on in DJ's house tonight.
I know.
It's like every 5 minutes he's just like looking off the like something's going on.
Sorry, like my dog keeps bursting in and opening the door over here, and then my cat's running around.
And... Hello, kitty. Yeah, I don't usually look like this.
She's seen me before. She used to guest on the Patreon hangouts.
Yes, and occasionally I think she popped up in Power Rangers maybe.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. She always jumps up in my lap.
Back Studios, $1.99 Super Chat. Pitch a 30-second Star Wars Elseworld. Go. Wow. I'm trying to go. I'm just not... Nothing is immediately coming to me. Darth Maul as a Jedi. I don't know if he would look like Darth Maul if he was a Jedi.
30-second Star Wars Elseworld. Go.
I think by 30-second, he just meant in 30 seconds, pitch it. I can do it in less than that.
Yeah, you nailed it. 3 seconds.
Yeah! Take that, son!
We're killing Bag Studios Super Chats today. Just killing it. Did you ever clarify what you meant by Dan? Do you think my name is Dan?
Do you think my name is Dan? Captain Dan Logan. Daniel Logan. Bag Studios, $1.99 Super Chat. Thanks for a great show as always. You guys rock. No, thank you, Bag Studios.
He's still is he? I wonder if he's even listening to our terrible answers to his questions. And he's
Hey, that was a serious response. Rubber Wild says Darth Maul as a Jedi is the sitcom I need. And it should just be called that. It's the name of the show. It's a 22-minute comedy called Darth Maul is a Jedi.
Oh, okay. He said he forgot my name for a second. No worries. I can be a Dan. I might as well be. It seems to be a requirement to work here.
Okay, I'm gonna go the other way of what DJ thought the question was. Okay, a 30-second Star Wars Elseworlds, meaning the length of the thing would only be 30 seconds. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Jar Jar blinks.
Mic drop. And that's the show tonight, guys. I've been DJ, the moderator, and this is your host, Captain Logan. We'll see you next week. Happy Halloween.
Do we have another question you wanted to make sure that we knocked down?
No?
Is that it?
Yeah, that was the last super chat.
Oh,
Max
all
Studios
right.
is killing it
Now I
tonight.
can't decide if DJ was actually trying to close the show or not.
No, I was being facetious.
It's my show, man. I know we're thinking about changing the name to DJ's Chatting Hour.
Yeah, that'll get the clicks. DJ's Chatting Hour. That sounds like I don't know what that sounds like. It's like an HGTV show.
It sounds boring, whatever it is. Maybe we should just put Dan in the title. There's no Dan in the show, but maybe we should just...
The Danverse.
Everybody, thanks a bunch for watching. We sure appreciate it. I think we're going to bid you farewell now. Hope you enjoyed our Halloween 2019 Captain Logan show or Captain Joker show. This is a lot of fun. A lot of real heavy-hitting questions this evening. And, yeah. I like to give him the floor, and then he just doesn't say anything.
No, I like awkward silences.
Next week is up in the air, guys. I'm going to be in my new house. We are moving this weekend. So excited about it. Wednesday night of next week, I'm going to be in the middle of moving big furniture, so I'm not going to be able to do a show. So there could be a Captain Logan show later in the week. But I've got to coordinate with DJ and see if, not Dan, but DJ, and see if that's a feasible thing, or I might just do one on my own. I don't know when the internet's getting set up yet, so next week could just be a no-go for Geekflution videos entirely. DJ, somebody earlier in the show said I should just look like this all the time.
I agree.
No, you don't.
I concur. No, he freaked me out, man. He sent me a picture earlier. I was like, wow.
And I can't look like this without laughing like that. It's just not by. Anyway.
Just so you guys know, this hair will last as long as the purple hair did. It's going to be about 3 months. So.
No, that's.
Get ready.
I very clearly did not get this professionally done. It's going to wash out here in about 20 minutes. Well, DJ, I hope you had a good time. Thanks for joining me, buddy.
I did. It was a silly show tonight.
Love your suit.
A lot of fun.
It was a silly show tonight. But
goofy.
But I enjoy those. Oh, thanks, Mutale. Everybody likes my laugh. Yeah, it's sad, you know. I always wanted to be Batman, but apparently I make a better Joker than a Batman.
Well, you could do Adam West Batman, which you've done.
I have. It's true. I can. You know, the costume I really want to get made? I really want to do the Prince 89 Batman video where he's half Joker, half Batman.
Oh. I've seen that.
Have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those photos, yeah. That'd be crazy.
I want that
And then that would be your 5th time doing the Joker.
Yeah, and probably my 9th or 10th time doing Batman. Because I'll do them simultaneously.
Robert Wilde says, again, I hope DJ is the Welder for Halloween next year. That is a fantastic idea, and I should have done that this year. I didn't think of it. I don't know how much those Welder masks are. Yeah, how much are those? They're probably like $100. I don't know.
Rockman says, this episode will make up for the missing one, but ching.
We have a missing one?
Good one. If we don't have a show next week.
Oh, I got you.
And I'm wearing makeup. Jokes are always funnier when you explain them. Well,
Not
anyway.
funny, but necessary, apparently, for me. I'm a little slow tonight, guys. I'm out of it tonight. I don't know what's going on. The suit is cutting off circulation in my entire body.
Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again next time. I was Captain Logan, and this, or Captain Joker, or something, and this was DJ Martinez.
Bye, guys.